All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 756. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who should probably be writing these intros for me, Wombat.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, is this now you're differentiating yourself from the fake Wombat? You're just gonna completely change your voice.
I gotta talk like this now so people know that it's me.
This is new Wombat. This is the same thing that happened with his Twitter.
This is like, yeah, it's like the Twitter thing. I gotta change it up a little bit so people know that, it's, hey, oh no, Wombat doesn't talk like this. That's some whiny kid. It's gotta be, I need a little bit more gravitas in there.
It's not gonna protect you though, because the AI can just copy that. That's just version 2.
Well, once it does that, then I'll switch to So tell me.
That's not good for.
I could do this voice for
Tom Hardy. You're doing Bane.
Yes, that was Bane. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. Also bad. All bad choices. Your real voice is bad. Your fake voice is bad, and your Bane voice is bad.
Oh.
But it was maybe you need to go higher pitch. Did you think about that?
Hey guys, how's it going?
That's good. See, that's more comfortable.
For the whole show? Should I talk like this?
That's more in your range anyway, I feel.
I mean, it might be. Hey,
surprised you
guys.
All right. Oi. Well, welcome back to the show. Sorry that you had to listen to Wombat's voice work for the first minute or two. Mm-hmm. But he's got it out of his system now. And maybe you can use that as like a demo reel for some potential voice work in the future, paid voice work.
I doubt it.
Any cartoon characters need... You should just use your real voice. It's obviously...
it's cartoony enough.
Distinctive enough and cartoony, yes.
Yep.
So what have you guys been up to? I know Ship went on a very glamorous vacation.
He did. How was your vacation,
So
Mr.
glamorous
Shipwreck?
and such a vacation.
It was 4 days, I think. So Mrs. Shipwreck had continuing education out in Palm Springs, the California version of Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm. The desert.
When you think of vacation, think of education.
Well, I didn't have anything to be educated on.
Perfect.
So I was free to see the town from until 1:00 when she was out of class, and then we did stuff together. But have you either of you ever been to Palm Springs?
I have not. I know
like
someone who lives there.
Both of you should go because there's a lot of mid-century architecture, which mid-century modern, which I know Cheapy loves.
They have tours there that you can take.
Oh, I'm sure I didn't take any. I went to a mid-century modern museum.
Oh, wow.
It was okay.
Okay.
It was new. They told me it was new as I was walking in. I'm like,
better or worse than my living room? See, if you have to think about it, then it's not good.
Yeah.
They had I don't know. Your living room didn't have a boat. They had one of Elvis's boats.
But they probably don't have a foosball table.
They had skee ball.
All right.
But the skee ball was broken.
And cursed.
Maybe. I was also the only person in the museum.
Private tour.
So it was fantastic because like they encourage you, like it's the type of museum where they encourage you to like take selfies and like sit in the furniture. And,
okay. That's good.
And do all that type of stuff. So
did you sit in any good furniture that you remember the names from?
I sat in one of those chairs that's shaped like a hand. Remember those?
I don't know the guy who makes that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They had the Gabor's lawn furniture. So I sat in some of the Gabor's lawn furniture.
What's that? I don't know what that is either.
The Gabor's.
Like
Ava Gabor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a designer. I'm like, I'm not familiar with their work. But I actually am familiar with their work.
Yeah, you've seen Green Acres.
Yeah, I have.
So, but not only do they have a lot of mid-century modern out there, but like downtown Palm Springs, Palm Springs proper, as they call it, they have so much weed. And it's
nice.
Like I know I sent you some pictures of it. It's just like ridiculously nice looking dispensaries.
Right.
Just really like over the top. And they have shady ones too. Like you have your pick.
Right.
But they're just like one on every block, like as you're walking down the street.
That's a good ratio. That's what I like. One on every block.
And then Wombat, for you, Lots of gays.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, that's what I'm into.
Yes. So, no, it was, yeah, there's a high population of gays there, which makes sense because it's beautiful. Like, right? Like, it's a beautiful place to live. It's California. I went into several shops because I like to dress colorful. And so I went into several shops with designers where it'd be two dudes in there, guy and his husband. We'd have conversations. He'd show me his $150 shirt. And it's a nice shirt.
Right.
And then I'd have polite conversation and leave. Also, though,
you think he knows about the spaghetti and the chili and all that?
I could have told him about it.
Yeah. I don't think he knows. You'd be like, well, this is what I got going on.
This is what I got going on for me. So also,
I got spaghetti with cheese on it. So yeah,
they've got drag show reviews going like at 9 a.m. in the morning. This
I know. I heard that the Senate is going after those.
Really?
What about the children?
The children are attending the shows.
There's no children in Palm Springs. There's like
I know
two of them.
Yeah, there's no children.
There's no children there. But like, so I get out of like my Uber or Lyft or whatever it was. I get out, like just dropped off. I'm like, just take me to downtown Palm Springs because I'm just killing time, right? I'm gonna go look up skirt at the Marilyn Monroe statue, whatever I'm gonna do.
After you bought all your weed.
After, yeah, of course.
You have to probably go back to the hotel because there was so much you had to drop it off.
So I get dropped off and like there's this drag show going on, right? Like it's an outdoor drag show because the weather's beautiful. Like they've like set up tables. People are having like brunch. Like it's a drag show brunch thing. So the one lady's up there doing like her whole spiel and everything. I'm just walking down the street, minding my own business. I'm like, oh, drag show. I'm not like staring over there doing anything. But then like as I'm walking by, there's a guy that's standing like right outside it's a fenced off area. And he's just standing in the fence opening, just like recording on his iPhone, just recording the whole thing on his iPhone. And so the drag queen like looks over and is like, oh, look at this guy. Like she starts like talking about him during her act and everything. It's like, hey, sorry, you didn't buy a ticket or whatever, or like what you're seeing or whatever. Meanwhile, by the time this guy, like she starts talking to him, he's like, oh, I'm out of here. And just like takes off down the street. Like, and so by the time everybody there like turns around and looks, like I'm the only guy like there. And so I just like kind of waved at everybody and just like kept on walking.
Let's get him.
So
nice.
That was my drag queen experience.
So you didn't go to the show is what you're saying?
No, I didn't know how to get tickets. I would have gone to the show. Why not?
I don't know.
I'm sure it would have been fun.
We were antique shopping and there was there was a place right next door called the Tool Shed. And
was it a hardware store?
There was a hardware store next to the Tool Shed, but the Tool Shed was not the hardware store. And so as we're antique shopping, like just antique shopping, there's the traditional garb of the shirtless black vest and really short shorts, right? Like the spiked look, just like
the leather daddy look.
The leather dad. Thank you. I didn't know what the name was. The leather daddy look.
Well, that's got you. Don't worry.
Don't worry. I got you.
Then it's just like killing time before it's his turn at the tool shed. Just doing some antique shopping right there as well.
Almost 20 years ago when I had a very different job, there was a senior employee at a company that I worked at where I was an assistant. And once in a big meeting where basically the whole company was, and this guy's like the big boss and he's giving his thing and he wasn't paying attention and he turned too fast and he knocked his bag over that was on his desk and out fell all of his leather garb that he wears when he's not in the office. Right. And it was very embarrassing for everybody involved and very funny.
Not for him. I'm sure it was embarrassing for him.
I'm sure it was very embarrassing for him. It was very funny.
Palm Springs, it's a very fun town to visit. I would go back. We went to like the Air Museum and the Art Museum and I don't know, other museums.
Good.
The food was good.
Sold.
I mean, it's known for golf. But you don't play golf?
I don't golf. We went up to the top of a mountain. There's an air tram that takes you up to the top of the mountain. So it's like 75 degrees down below, but it's snow at the top.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. Now, what am I going to do? Play the golf? That just seems.
That's why people go to Palm Springs.
I don't play golf because you're just standing in the sun the entire time.
I didn't say you should. I'm just saying that's what people do there.
Too much standing in the sun is what golf is.
Yeah. Nice. I'm sold. Mm-hmm. I'm going to book my trip.
I think you would really enjoy it, GP.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I
also enjoy just being here too. A lot.
Yeah, but you don't have mountains and stuff. Like
completely
surrounded by mountains.
Hills are good.
He lives on a hill.
They're easier. It's easier too. Mountains, a lot of issues.
I've heard about that. I've heard about hills are often described as the easier mountains.
Of course, absolutely. Less issues. All right. What about you, Wombat? What have you been up to?
I went to a fancy 9-course tasting menu dinner thing with my wife, and that was pretty amazing.
What's a dinner thing?
9.
What are you gonna do with 9 courses? What's going on here?
I ate them is what I did with them. What else use?
They're
not giant. It's not like they give you, full size plates. Like the first course was basically like 1 cheese stick. It wasn't like a regular cheese.
The second course was 2 potato chips.
And basically, I mean, there was the first course. I mean, I could look at it so I can know what I'm talking about. But it was a Gruyere cheese with a onion.
But you have the menu?
Sous vide. No, I have the pictures so I can remember. And the second course was a cucumber salad with blood orange.
Oh no, we don't need to hear all the courses.
And there was a shrimp there was octopus. But no, it was very good. And it was kind of fancy, and it was just me and my wife, and it was nice to go out and have like a fancy dinner. and it was just fun. It was fun to be fancy for a night.
I love it. What now? Did you dress up?
We didn't dress up. We looked nice, but I wasn't like wearing a suit or anything. And but I put on pants, which
it's good to have pants when you go to a restaurant. They appreciate that.
Yep. I like it. They also they change out your silverware like every 2 courses or so. They would come out and they'd be like, "No, you can't use that fork anymore. Here's the new fork."
They don't do that at Chili's?
No, they don't do that at Chili's. I know, isn't that crazy? Some guy in a tuxedo came and gave me a new fork because it took my old fork away. He's like, "You can't use that fork anymore." I'm like, "All right." So it was. No,
he was talking to the other waiter. They were going to throw it out after you used it.
It was very much for like Critical says in the chat. It was reminiscent of the movie The Menu. There was a little bit of that.
Oh, I thought he was saying, "Oh no," because you were reading the menu.
No, because it was
that's what I was thinking.
The movie, The Menu.
Yes, now I understand.
Yeah, it was reminiscent. Like they come out and with each dish they put down, they tell you like a little story about the dish as they're, handing it to you. Like
like at Chili's.
Yeah. Here's the octopus that's been seared and brined and flipped over, and
Right.
Here's the queso dip. Exactly. We got it in the back.
Yeah, exactly. No, this was nice. It was, I had a nice meal, and it was exactly. I didn't go to Chili's.
Good.
I went to Blackbird Kitchen and Cocktails.
Nice.
You'd like it, Chibi. That's right.
What kind of cocktails did you get?
I had what was it? It was some sort of whiskey drink with honey and black cherry.
Sounds like when you drink it, you make this
Gold
face.
Rush? Is that a Gold Rush?
I don't know. It had a name. I forget what the name was. It wasn't Gold Rush, though. I'd remember that. But it was like a black cherry infused bourbon with honey.
Sounds deconstructed. Was it deconstructed?
I don't know. It was good. All I know is I liked it. Good. I drank it, and it was good. And if I wasn't driving, I would have had another one.
Nice.
Yes.
Jay Bizzleton in the chat wants to know how much a 9-course meal costs.
How much do you think a 9-course meal costs?
$130 a person.
Ship?
That sounds. I was going to say 140.
No, it was not. It was not near either of those prices. It was $85 a person.
Oh shit, that's like Benihana.
I never said it was like crazy expensive. I just said it was nice.
Okay.
Seems like they're not paying their waiters enough.
Well, it doesn't
That's a
come
lot
with
of things that they have
booze.
to be bringing out to you.
Right.
Usually, if it's over $100 for a tasting menu, it has a wine pairing.
But it's light though. The dishes are light. It's just like one cheese stick. So
Is that how we
Yeah.
pay waiters?
Yeah.
How heavy the food
How
is for delivery?
complicated the dishes are and how heavy they are.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's very reasonable. It wasn't a cheap outing, but it
Right.
wasn't.
No, I mean, that's not like it's cheap because you kept your kids at home.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't 4 tasting menus
Right.
because everyone at the
Otherwise,
table has to do it.
Or they kill you.
Yeah, and Salbert24 wants to know if it was filling. It was so filling. I was overstuffed when we left, and my wife didn't finish her last plate. We actually took it home. It was a piece of chicken. The chicken she took home. So
the last plate was chicken.
the last plate was chicken.
What about dessert?
That's not
The dessert we ate. It was chocolate cake, but they only give you one piece of chocolate cake to split.
That came
But
before
yes.
the chicken.
No, it came after the. She didn't finish the chicken.
You said
'cause she
the
wanted to
last
have
plate.
The dessert.
The last plate
The last
was
plate
dessert.
of the last plate before dessert. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Second to last plate.
Second to last
Penultimate
plate.
plate.
The penultimate, the last dinner plate.
I see. Now we understand.
Yes, was a piece of it was roasted. It was 24-hour brine, slow roasted chicken. It was bananas.
They wasted all that time and you didn't even finish it.
I ate my piece of chicken. It was great. And then my wife and I ate the other piece of chicken the next day for
Very
lunch.
How does that compare to how long KFC brines there?
Exactly. I mean, it's like,
Much longer.
yes, it was
probably.
chicken, but it wasn't like chicken. It was chicken.
KFC is just sitting there. So that's by brining, you know? It's brined for a really long time. Anyway, how about some show feedback? I haven't done anything that interesting.
Okay. It was
I
a very
have,
nice
but I'm not
thing.
going to tell you guys about it. Screw
Okay,
you guys.
fine. Okay.
I'm doing crazy shit. I got a new fucking iPhone and everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, not
What
telling
is
you
that?
about it.
A 14?
14 Pro.
Oh, I don't have a Pro. I just have a regular 14.
I need it for the to take good weed pictures. You gotta
I
have the
understand.
three cameras for the zoom in. Gotta have the zoom
Yeah.
in. All right, what
I
about
just
some
take
show
dirty
feedback?
pictures to send my wife. We have from Cam Pimple D. You know, Wombat makes some interesting points.
Not
Does
what
he
it
have a
says.
Patreon?
It's not what it says. Maybe you should give some context also.
Wombat.
Give some
It says,
context.
you know,
perhaps.
Wombat
Okay.
makes some interesting points. Does he have a Patreon? And Mediaskate said, AI Wombat is super freaky. I can't believe how similar it is. And Chris Eve said, Wombat was amazing. Long live Wombat. Yes, Wombat was very popular.
Of course. Like I said,
Yeah.
I do good stuff.
You
I'm
do
awesome
good
and
stuff.
I do great stuff.
People really enjoyed it. It was very funny.
Yep. You're welcome.
That was basically it. That was the vast majority of show feedback. So
Good. You're welcome, everybody.
Yep.
Appreciate the feedback.
Yep.
You may hear- you
should I
may-
read
you
the
may-
other one, or do we not care?
You may hear from Wombat in the future, but not today, not in the near future.
That's okay. We'll skip.
Wombat
this
will
next
say some
one.
crazy shit all on his own and then just blame it on the
do.
AI.
I do.
What else?
We can move on. I don't want to read this one.
That's
It's
cool.
boring.
Fair enough.
Boring.
I love it.
Yep. Yeah.
We should do Watch This Jerks.
Yes, we should, because there's a lot of stuff. We all watched a lot of stuff, it looks like. I watched a documentary on, I don't even remember what it was. I think it was HBO Max, called The Automat.
Okay.
Optimus Prime. He's my favorite.
Is this
No,
about
it's a-
automats?
It's about the restaurant, The Automat.
Okay.
The Horn and Hard Art restaurants. Are you familiar with those? Shipwreck, I'm sure, is.
I'm familiar because it's similar to my last job's product.
Yes, that's why I said I'm sure Shipwreck is familiar with. Did you know that Horn and Hard Art was once the most popular restaurant in the United States of America?
No.
Yeah, it had
Did you, Cheapy?
I never even heard of it. I still don't know the name. Horn and what?
Horn and Hard Art. It was
Hard Art.
Yes, it was a restaurant chain only in Manhattan and Philadelphia. And
That's
at
where the
its
people
peak-
are.
And at its peak, it served, I think it was 800,000 people a day. It's a lot of people.
Oh, I just remembered this. This reminded me in a roundabout way that a CAG did say hello to me out in Palm Springs. Identified me and said hello to
At
me.
the drag show, probably, right?
At the drag show. No.
Hey, look, it's Shipwreck filming a drag
the
show.
Air Museum. At the Air Museum. It was nice. He had his kid with him.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh, nice. Too bad you didn't
Yes.
have your kids with you because then they would think you're hot shit. But Mrs. Shipwreck thought you were hot shit.
Yeah,
she was like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep with a celebrity
that's
tonight.
my man.
Right.
Yeah,
anyway, it was a cute documentary. It's worth your time. You learn a little bit about history, not just food history, but New York history. Mel Brooks is in it. He has a big part. He helped make the documentary because he is a big fan of the Automat back in its day. I actually went to the Automat before it shut down in 1990. I have very vague memories of being in the last one before it shut down. So it was interesting. That's all. If you don't know what an Automat is, I guess I should say that. It was a restaurant, but there was no servers. You just walked in with nickels, and you put nickels in the the wall by a window, and you open the window, and you take out the food you want. That's what it was.
Delicious.
So,
What else?
So,
however many courses you want there. I mean,
oh my God.
Put nickels in until you get enough courses.
Well, Mel Brooks used to say he used to go in with a quarter and get a 5-course meal.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You're just as funny as Mel Brooks, Ship. Congratulations.
I did it.
But he's like 90, so.
Right.
He's like, he's not
well,
that funny.
I'll get funnier with age then.
We can only hope.
I watched some movies.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you watch?
I watched a movie that I think Cheapy should watch if he hasn't watched it already. Triangle of Sadness.
I haven't watched
movie
it.
that was up for the
Best Picture.
The Academy Award for Best Picture. I don't know how. Like, I watched this movie, and it's a strange movie. It is in the vein of The Menu, in that it is like a critical film about classes in the upper class. Takes place on the majority of the movie takes place on a luxury yacht that Woody Harrelson is the captain of.
I've never even heard of this.
You should watch it, Cheapy. It's bizarre.
What's
it's a
it
comedy.
on? Don't say Paramount Plus.
Oh,
don't say
Triangle
Peacock.
of Sadness. Hulu.
I know it's on something. Yeah,
I
believe it's on Hulu. So check it out.
Darkness in the chat said that this stream looks like a triangle of sadness because we're in boxes in a triangle. It's pretty funny.
I understood.
He's funny.
Don't watch any trailers for this, Cheapy. Just go in without trailers.
Okay.
And stick with it. It hits some stuff that's like, this, you kind of see like this coming, like as far as plot points go, but I think you're going to enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
You may have to remind me again tomorrow.
I had it spoiled for me, so I don't know if I need to see it.
It was a square. It was a square.
It was a square.
And he was happy.
The whole time.
He was very happy.
Mm-hmm. There was a happy.
Okay,
story,
cool.
yeah.
I'll check that out. Let's not talk anymore about that. Let's. What else we got here?
I watched Morbius. It was on the plane right out. It was Morbin time.
Nice.
Yes.
Did you know that he was bullied as a kid? But there was only one person that was his friend. But you'll never guess what happens between his childhood friend and him. They become enemies.
Does he eat him?
No.
They're not that kind of vampire.
Oh.
Well, they kind of are.
Energy vampires?
Oh, yeah. They both have the same disease, it turns out.
Oh.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so. Don't they both have the same disease or a similar disease or
maybe similar? It's vague.
I know.
The whole thing is vague.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen.
Look, if you want to cure your disease, you just got to stand in the bat tube and you'll be fine. Just stand in a tube of bats. Everything will be fine.
The terrible part about this is Jared Leto is perfectly cast.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could not cast a better Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
There is no business to have a Morbius origin film. There's just none. It's like the entire thing is how did this guy become a vampire?
You just want to see him do cool shit as a vampire, probably.
You know, it's funny. I'll get to it because I played the Midnight Suns DLC of Morbius a couple of days ago when it came out, or was it yesterday? Whatever it was. And they run through his origin in like a sentence.
You understand?
Spider-Man says Venom's like, what happened to this guy? And Spider-Man's like, oh yeah, he was in a failed experiment.
Now he's a vampire.
Now he's a living vampire. That's it. That's done. That's it. Done. We got it. It's all out of the way.
All right.
Yeah, there's.
You're saying his origin story is not like Interview with a Vampire. It's not like this big, like tragic, long, tragic tale.
Not really. Nope. And then there's, I don't know. It gets by. It like tries to play it similar to Venom, which Morbius kind of is similar to Venom. Is like this is an anti-hero type, right? But at the same time, it's just like I don't know. I don't really care about this plot at all. Like I want to see Morbius and other things. I'm fine with that. He needs to be like a secondary character, not here's our Morbius movie.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be like Spider-Man's like, we got a problem in the sewers. I need to go to my vampire expert to find out what's going on. And then you cut to, and it's him, and he's talking to Dr. Michael Morbius, who's like, yeah, I know all about these sewer vampires. They're a nasty lot. And then that's
Morbius's plot point in that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That is totally what he's there for.
Nice. Mm-hmm. What else?
The other thing I watched on the plane was the Pez Outlaw. This is a documentary. Are you familiar with this documentary?
It's on Netflix.
Is it about Pez?
It is. It's about Pez. It's about a dude that got really rich by going over to Europe and buying all the Pez there, directly from the Pez factories, because Pez US was controlling what could come into the country, and so the Europeans didn't like that fact because they would design all these Pez that then the US
Pez dispensers or Pez
dispensers. No, okay, dispensers. That then the US, like they couldn't bring them to the US market because the US Pez company was like, nope, we control everything that comes here. So this guy went over there and just like got in with all of, like, the documentary presents itself that like it's not for sure, but it's pretty sure that he got in with all of like the guys who were running all the factories over there and just like was paying them
out the back door just to get the shit out the back door.
Correct. Yeah, like to he was paying them cash like under the table.
Yeah, that's how you do
to
it.
Like just load up duffel bags. And so like for like a decade there, like this guy was making like millions.
How was he
like,
selling them?
He was selling them at like Pez conventions.
What was special about them other than that they were European? Was there like
there were designs
a different Mickey Mouse, or was it?
There were designs that weren't over here, right? They were just random designs that collectors wanted. So they wanted them over here. So then
like how badly does someone need an Asterix and Obelix Pez dispenser?
Pretty badly, I guess.
I guess so.
But so like it's crazy. Like, but then this guy like, and I'm going to spoil the Pez Outlaw because you guys aren't going to watch it. But
well, it's called the Pez Outlaw, so I have a feeling things go sideways.
Things go sideways because he gets too confident, basically. Like eventually, like the U.S. president like gets around to like shutting him down by like saying like, "Hey, we know there's contacts inside the European factories and everything, so like they put up cameras everywhere and everything." So he started getting turned around. So his big idea was to start advertising that he had all these, like with his name and everything. And then the next step was he designed his like own like color variations of existing Pez, had them made at the European Pez factories, like paid like millions of dollars to have these made and then imported. Like this was his attempt at like going legit, but he was just stealing.
He didn't consult with a lawyer, I feel.
No. So the way that, but Pez didn't want to like sue him because they're like, I don't know, they just didn't want to go that route for whatever reason. So what they did was they let him buy all these things and bring them over here and try to sell them. And then they made the same exact ones and imported them into the US. So they made his entire stock worthless and like bankrupted this guy without having to do anything.
They figured that was a lot cheaper than legal action. That's really smart.
It was smart. Stay out of the courts faster too, probably.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
That was the Pez Outlaw. It was an interesting documentary.
Neat. What do we got?
Have you ever been to the Pez Factory, Cheapy? It's not far from here.
No, I'm good.
I'm just saying. No, to scoff at me.
I mean, what do they got? What am I going to see? They're making
the Pez Factory.
I mean, I'm not really interested in Pez or factories.
It's a museum. It's a museum and factory.
Oh, where is it?
If you're ever driving to Boston, it's like it's on the way.
I'm never going to do that.
Okay. Well,
unless my car breaks down in front of it, then I might go inside for help.
Oh,
but probably not.
I mean, I was there Gosh, how long ago? I think Sabrina was maybe in 4th grade. So
time to go back
5 years ago, more. Yeah. When
what
the
are we
kids
watching?
Were small, we went. It was fun. I started watching Mandalorian. On episode 3 of 4 because I know the new one came out today, but we're doing this show.
We watched the first 2.
Okay. It's pretty good. It's still Mandalorian.
It's like just watching 30 minutes of video game cutscenes, basically. It's
I'm not saying you're wrong.
You know exactly like what's going to happen at any given moment, and it looks good. You're always like, oh, like looks shiny and good and expensive and produced well, but and you don't have to it's a good couch potato show. You don't have to think at all. It's a nice break from these documentaries and other depressing things. Mm-hmm. It's cutscenes, Star Wars cutscenes.
And I was always interested in seeing it. Basically, a director bought the rights to make a Doctor Strange movie in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. This was back, remember when they made that Fantastic Four movie that was never released and the straight-to-video Captain America movie?
Yeah, of course.
There was also supposed to be a straight-to-video Doctor Strange movie that at the last second, Marvel pulled the license out from these filmmakers. So they just made the movie anyway and changed his name.
Sounds reasonable.
And I watched that episode. And that movie, A, is bad. And B, it's pretty funny because oh yeah, that's just Doctor Strange. Mm-hmm. So.
I watched the documentary about... It's called Predator, but it's not. It's about this guy who ran the Japanese boy band industry. Oh. And he was like he was a sexual predator to underage boys. Kind of predator. Yeah, underage boy predator.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's really not available in this country. I had to find some bootleg stream that they posted on.
You went out of your way to.
So you went out of your way. Did you have to Google search?
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Cheapy told me about it. It was she read about it in the newspaper. It was a BBC documentary, so it's only available in the UK. But Resetera had a link to a place where you could just watch the stream, and I put it on the TV with AirPlay. Anyway. Yeah, this guy basically just ran a J-pop talent agency, and he had all the boys sleeping in his apartment, and he would
jape them.
Yeah, pretty much. But the interesting thing is, a lot of the victims don't really see themselves as victims. They feel and even today would give that up to become J-pop stars. They looked at it. I mean, some of them looked at themselves as victims, but some of them looked at themselves as I really love that guy, and he, helped me, and all he had to do was touch me in my weird place. I don't know. It's pretty disturbing.
Is that what you say to your wife? Touch me in my weird place?
No, I've never said that. That would be weird. All right, let's do new releases.
No problem.
I played one of these new releases.
I know you did. Why don't you tell us about it?
Peppa Pig World Adventures.
I was going to make the same dumb joke.
Yes, we're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
The new wrestling game, WWE 2K23. They sent me a code for some reason, and I downloaded it.
Nice.
And it's a lot like last year's. Like all the wrestlers that I wanted to use were locked. You have to earn credits. There's 4 different versions of in-game currency, and they don't explain what they are. So you're just I guess I'll just have to try to figure it out on my own, which I did. And so you earn, by playing the game. It's not that obnoxious, but it's pretty obnoxious. The game is good. It's still a fun wrestling game, arcade style wrestling. If you like those classic wrestling games, you'll figure this out real quick and you'll have a lot of fun, especially if you know WWE wrestlers. I don't know any of these modern guys from the last 20 years. I wish they had more classic guys. I said the same thing last year. But it's the wrestling game part is fun and it looks great. At times it looks just like a TV broadcast. So,
is it a reasonable upgrade from last year's edition, which you also played?
I think it's very similar. But at this point, I don't know. A lot of people who buy this game, they're in it for these online modes, like these card modes. This one's called My Faction. It's like Ultimate Madden.
Like Madden.
Yeah, it's the Ultimate Madden. It's My Faction. That's what Shanafan likes. That's all he plays. And he's complaining that the PC version's online shit has been totally broken since launch.
Oh, it's not cross-platform?
I don't think so, because I haven't had any problem. But I don't even want to play that mode, because it's like all these wrestlers who I don't know who they are. So like earning their cards means nothing to me. All I want is Big Boss Man and Doink the Clown and Undertaker.
Bam Bam Bigelow?
I don't think he's in it. I unlocked with my 1,000 points that comes with the game. I unlocked Yokozuna, who is a solid choice, like 500 pounds. Yeah, and I do pretty good with the Yokozuna, and I don't know. I like it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, if you're a wrestling fan, I think you would like the game a lot.
I am not a wrestling
Everything is
fan.
solid. Everything is pretty solid. But if you don't care about the guys, a lot of that stuff is kind of lost. All right, what else we got? New releases?
Really, not much of anything else.
Wait, I just saw there's a new Kung Fury game. It was just the same Ultimate Edition. Okay, that sounds like
it's the same bullshit. The same one. There is that new Bayonetta game, which is totally different than the other Bayonetta games.
It is. I didn't even know there was a new Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's a new for Switch. Bayonetta Origins, Syriza and the Lost Demon. And it is not an M-rated game. It's a totally different game where it's like her when she's young and has like a stuffed animal cat that also helps her. And it's not a heavily technical combat game.
Mostly petting.
Mostly petting.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they got to the non-mature rating. They went with only petting. I don't know. This one caught me off guard because Mrs. Shipwreck and my daughter were asking about it, because it's geared towards a younger audience, and it looks like something they would enjoy playing.
Which game is this again?
It's the new Bayonetta Origins, Syriza and the Lost Demon.
Great name. Okay.
It is. It's a really good name. I don't know. Cereza. It's apparently her name as well.
There. Cerveza. All right. All right. Cool. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Me neither.
I'm learning a lot tonight.
They have not done a good job of marketing this game.
It is a thing. I don't know.
This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
All right. What else?
That's what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it for new releases?
It might be. I mean, yeah.
Beautiful.
I know. There's not that much. Not this week.
I think it's time for your fortnightly news.
Well, big stuff happened in Fortnite since our last show.
Wasn't there like an Epic Games conference today or something?
There was an Epic Games conference, and Creative Mode 2.0 using the new version of Unreal Engine and lots of stuff that I don't quite understand came out today. I played 2 of the demo maps that Epic put out, just like show off how it works in Fortnite. And it looks like a AAA video game that someone built within Fortnite. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, even my wife was like, "That's Fortnite?" I'm like, "Yeah, this was built with the new creative tools in Fortnite."
And what do people do? So what does that mean? What are the creative tools for making maps?
For making your own maps, your own whatever you want.
For Battle Royale or for...
No, for whatever you want. No. Think of it more like a competitor to Roblox. Are you familiar with Roblox?
Oh, so you can make your own games inside it that are not even Fortnite, just like anything.
But instead of looking like shit...
Got it.
If you put the time and effort into it, they'll look like a real game.
Okay.
And if people now, and the other change they made with this is, if people just have to play it, and if you play it, Epic is going to pay you, and it's a 40% rev share. So
that's all meaningless. What does that even mean? Rev share of what?
So I guess if people use your map and you buy stuff, I don't know how it quite works, because it used to be
40% of net revenue from most real money purchases to creators.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to purchase something, and then you get that.
And then there's rev share, similar to my creator code, but within the creative world.
No, nothing like that. Absolutely nothing like that. What are you talking about? You have to actually like do something. You have to create like a whole.
I know you have to create a whole thing, and then you get you get significantly more of a share than I get. But yeah, that's they're
they're canceling the other program, right?
No, they're not canceling the other program.
Are you sure?
Yes. There was some confusion over that. I got the email today. I know they're keeping the thing in the shop. The way it used to work is if you played someone's creative map, you still had to like manually enter in their code.
Oh, okay.
But now you don't have to do that
no one's
anymore.
playing these though, right? Or are they?
A lot of people play them. My son plays them with his friends more than he plays the Battle Royale. So
so they're really trying to compete with Roblox.
They really want to compete with Roblox. Nice. And there are companies that this is all they do. Like there are companies that exist, and like there was the Martin Luther King one. Remember that? There was the I Have a Dream speech, the Washington D.C. mall rebuilt in Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's not probably all they do is make stuff in Fortnite, is it?
There are companies that's all they do. Yeah, wow. A couple of the Fortnite, like the heavy hitter Fortnite leakers. A couple of them actually have jobs recently where they got hired by these companies that all they do is they'll get hired by a company like iHeartRadio hired a company to make their creative maps in Fortnite to help highlight iHeartRadio artists.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jimmy Fallon did it also. Like there are these, but now that the tools are so much better, people have high hopes for what could be built in this.
Not me.
Zero hopes.
No hopes. No hopes.
I didn't say you.
All right. What else we got here?
Redfall.
An Apple store inside there.
Yeah, they're gonna put an Apple store inside there. I guarantee you that someone's gonna do something Apple. Someone built some Super Mario stuff in there already.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure somebody built level 1-1.
Yeah. Everything will be in there. It'll all be in
penis. There. Yeah, a lot of penis.
A lot of penises.
That brings in the money.
They're pretty good at curating. That's what
curating their penises.
I'm gonna get 40% of penis.
That's the plus of the Fortnite version over the Roblox version. Is Roblox is still a little bit more Wild West.
A little bit more.
There's not as much curation. So
exactly. Only the best penises in Fortnite.
Yes. Better penises, high res, better.
Probably less penises in Fortnite. Roblox seems to be like anything goes.
That was my point. Yes.
What else we have here in your Fortnite?
Anyway,
news?
I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, it's important news.
I thought it was.
So people are going to be making money. There's economy going on.
So that game Redfall that's coming out.
Yes.
It's intentionally political.
Nice. They admit it.
They admit it. That the vampires represent the ultra rich, and we're taking down the patriarchy in Redfall.
Cool.
How did they become vampires?
I don't know. The same. They
disease
experiment gone wrong. There you go. Solved it. One sentence.
Nice. What else we got here? A lot of people wrote in. I got emails actually because we haven't talked about the RoboCop game that's coming out this spring called RoboCop Rogue City. And they released a gameplay trailer, I think last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, but recently. And would you believe it doesn't look great?
Oh.
I mean, it looks okay at times, right?
Is it essentially the game Narc, but with RoboCop in it?
No, it's a first-person shooter, and they've got like the targeting overlay that you would expect, but it's going to be very difficult, I feel, to make that like a fun gameplay experience being RoboCop. Like I see like they're trying to make it gritty and they show him walking around like a city that looks, it's old Detroit. It looks really unsafe and just like the movie. But like, what's he going to be doing there? Is he really just
people in the penis? That's all you get, right? Like that's all you need.
I mean, you would hope they would have that.
Right. Like, you try to aim for somebody's head and then it just like takes it. The auto aim just goes down like 3 feet.
Did you watch the trailer?
No, I knew what to expect with this. I think
you can hear Peter Weller's voice as RoboCop.
RoboCop. I don't know. You're busted.
Yeah, it's pretty much that's pretty much it. Without they didn't even add any effects to it. Like I think
it's me, RoboCop.
You know what? I don't even think it's age. I think like he could give two fucking shits about RoboCop.
I'm pretty sure he was happy for the paycheck.
I'm sure he was happy for the paycheck, but I'm sure if you said, "Hey, Mr. Weller," excuse me, Dr. Weller, we're making a video game. It's about European art, okay? And we need your voiceover as a professor of European art. And that's what we'd like you to do. And you would probably get the most energetic, enthusiastic performance because that's actually what he cares about now. And I think RoboCop is like, I mean, think about it. Like, how old is he? Like 75, probably?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, people remember him as RoboCop, and maybe he doesn't feel that great about that. Like, that's his legacy.
Dirtbag.
He doesn't, well...
That's the lady from Police Academy.
Yes.
That was the joke.
Hooks,
that was my joke. Yes.
Let me hear that in your new Wombat voice, your high pitched Wombat voice.
Actually, doesn't she say, "Don't move, dirtbag"?
Yeah, I think that's like Police Academy 4, maybe.
That's all 6. Of them. She says it. She says it in all of them. All.
It's in the trailer though for one of them.
I want to say it's in the trailer for 2.
Okay. Anyway. RoboCop, I set expectations low for RoboCop Rogue City. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised that like they got some more voice takes out of Dr. Weller. They convinced him he was talking about art. Put down, no. They're robbing an art museum, and RoboCop is stopping a bust of this, incredibly valuable European art. Maybe that gets him like really fired up. I don't know. Just think about how RoboCop moves and everything. It can't be that compelling to play as him, but we'll see. What else we got here? What we playing? We're up to what we're playing now.
We're up to what we're playing. I was sent a code for a game called Justice League Cosmic Chaos. This is I guess a game for kids. I wouldn't say necessarily little kids, but
slow adults.
Kids. Yeah, or adults. It has a lot of DC Comics Easter eggs in it. It's a top-down open world RPG, like a My First Diablo or My First Baldur's Gate kind of game. Where you're Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman with these kind of cartoony graphics and that isometric top-down kind of scale, and you're punching a lot of fish people because Mr. Mixelplick took over the town, and you've got to stop him. And it's very cute. It has some fun upgrades. It has a lot of cute costumes. Like I said, it has a lot of Easter eggs. It's a cute, fun game. The problem with this is very buggy. I've lost my progress in the game twice. I would actually say that it probably needs like one good patch to kind of fix the game. But if they're able to do that, I would actually recommend it if you have kids and are looking for a fun game that you could play with your child that won't put you to sleep. And if you like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman, because those are the 3 characters you can play as, it does have couch co-op. So, yeah, Justice League Cosmic Chaos. It's a fun little family game.
It looked a lot like, I don't know if it's the same developer or not. I know it's the same publisher. It looked a lot like Last Kids on Earth. That game, which
it might be because I know it's the same PR company. So
yeah, it's the same company. It's a PHL Collective. I see. I don't know if they developed let me see if they developed Last Kids on Earth or not, but it looked a lot like it. I know I'm familiar with their games from the Ben 10 games.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure it's all the same kind of.
It's yeah. I looked at it and went like, oh yeah, I know what this game is. So they are good kids games. Yeah.
It's got an interesting voice cast. It has Diedrich Bader from Batman: Brave and the Bold doing Batman. So that's kind of fun too. So, yep, that gets a little thumbs up, extra thumbs up. I already mentioned that I was playing Midnight Suns. DLC. I played some of the Morbius. I had a little morbid time of my own.
That's got to be a big seller.
You know what? He's a good character in the game.
It chose well.
Yeah. It does work for that game because you're fighting. All the DLC characters are based around fighting vampires and the new vampire threat. So, like Shipwreck said, it works in sort of a Spider-Man says, "I know someone who's an expert on vampires. Maybe he could help us."
Where's Blade? He's not in
Blade's
this?
already in the game.
Already in the game.
Oh,
they
great.
got them all.
Great.
Yeah, Blade,
all the vampire experts.
Spider-Man actually says that to Blade, and Blade's like, "Who's this so-called vampire expert?" And Spider-Man's like, "It's my buddy, Dr. Morbius." And Blade's like, "I hate that son of a bitch." And then
Say that, really?
No, he doesn't say that exactly. No,
So, what you talking about, Morbius?
Yeah, and then Blade and Morbius and Spider-Man fight vampires together, and it's really cool.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Did anyone other than me try the Resident Evil remake demo?
Didn't they remake this already? What's going on here?
They remade the remake, and it's the best looking version of the game I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, I would imagine. I hope so.
It looks so like. I mean, I don't know how familiar you are. It's the same demo that they released when it came out on the GameCube.
Yep.
So if you played that demo when that first came out, then you know exactly what it is. It's that first scene. But it's not a little 1-room cabin anymore. It's like a 5-room cabin. They kind of like, yeah.
My brain. That was my brain exploding. Excuse me.
I know.
You know what's good about this is that I could play the demo, and that'll be it. I'll be like, oh, I got it. Probably right. I can experience the best graphics I've ever seen on this game before.
Yes, and then not have ever played it. Yes, 100%. It's
a good plan.
Yes, you should check it out. You should check it out. Yes,
it's on Xbox.
I played it on the Xbox.
I had that.
Yeah, I think you could do it on a PlayStation 5 too.
I don't have that.
Okay, and that's short. You know, that's a short little thing. Else? I played also a short little thing. I played a little bit of the Exoprimal beta that was over the weekend.
Should I play this? This is the dinosaur game.
This is the dinosaur game.
Should I play this?
I don't know. I'm giving it a big I don't know. There's a lot going on with it. So you're like in a suit, like an Iron Man suit.
Okay.
And you could change, like there's like 15 different Iron Man suits you could use, depending upon how you want it. You could either be like a tank type character or a healing character or a somewhere in between type character.
Why would I be healing dinosaurs?
Because it's you and
you made an oath, Shipwreck.
It's you and 3 other people fighting dinosaurs.
What if I just want to be no other people?
I don't think
you should have thought of that before you swore an oath.
I don't think you could do that. I think that's also where I'm sort of like, I don't know if this game is ever I'm ever gonna play it past this beta. But I played the beta.
Why is there gonna be other people on that?
I don't know. I played the beta. I killed some dinosaurs. Here's another thing about this game that kind of bothered me a little bit. So I'm playing with 3 randos. I didn't have a headset on. I wasn't talking to them. I didn't listen to them. But it comes up on my screen when I'm picking up my suit because everyone picked their suit already. And they're like, you don't have a healer on your team. I'm like, okay, I'll be the healer. That's cool. I don't mind. So I put on the healing suit and I'm healing people. And as I'm healing people, you know, I could hear like, you know, there's like great job stuff going on, you know, the sound effects like, oh, and I can see I'm literally keeping my team from dying. I'm not killing as many dinosaurs as the other people, but I'm literally healing them every 3 seconds.
Straight up trash from the trash can.
The game ends and it's like, oh, it's like you healed X amount of points. Great job. But they're like, yeah, but you ranked last on your team because you didn't kill as many dinosaurs. I'm like, well, then what's the point of picking the healer? Why even have that class in the game?
Oh, I thought you were going to say that your teammates yelled at you.
No, because I kept them alive and we won.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, no, I kept everyone alive and they won, but the game punishes you for not playing as one of the kill everybody classes.
As it should.
So I don't know. That
only
kind of
pussies are healers anyway, so
well,
I shouldn't even get any stats, to be honest.
I only picked it because the game yelled at me when I went to choose my suit. Like I chose another suit and it's like, you don't have a healer. I'm like, sorry.
I stand by the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Game was right.
I don't think the game is right. Fix your game, Exoprimal, that isn't out yet. Are you guys gonna play the Diablo open beta this weekend?
Sure. Is it open?
It's open.
Can I just push? I don't have to buy anything.
You don't have to buy anything. You do not have to buy fried chicken to play the demo this weekend, which I did not do either. Even I'm like,
that was a thing. Was that a thing?
Yes.
For last weekend?
If you ordered delivery from KFC,
oh my God,
you got into the open beta. And you know what? I didn't want to do that.
You had to get delivery? You couldn't even pick it up?
No, I don't think you could pick it up. I think it had to be delivery of Kentucky
guaranteed
Fried Chicken.
soggy chicken.
Yeah.
Exchange for the
I
beta.
known this. I would have sent some chicken to Cheapy's house and played
weirdly gray fried chicken.
Put that shit right down the garbage disposal.
Why is this fried chicken gray? Fried chicken's not supposed to be gray, but I get to play Diablo now.
I love Kentucky Fried Chicken back when I was in high school.
Why wouldn't you?
In walking distance from my house. It was really great. Strawberry shortcakes with the spork. It's great. No need to ever go back though. I've been playing more Hogwarts Legacy. Just took it out from my library for the third time. I return it. Let's see if anyone takes it for a couple of days, and if they don't take it, I go back and get it again. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did, and it's really good.
You didn't finish it yet?
It's long, I guess. It's not like I'm not like Shipwreck and going through every side mission. I'm like going pretty straight, but it's taking a while.
I think in Hogwarts Legacy you can only go straight.
No, there's like a lot of gay people in there. I'm constantly doing gay shit in there all the time. No, I don't know. It's a good game. It's the best Warner Brothers game that I've played. Let's put it that way. By a lot.
Really? It's better than Batman Arkham Asylum. I mean, that game is sort of like pretty groundbreaking.
Okay, that's pretty great. It's
maybe third best.
Well,
and even then, I'm not sure if I would like it better than
you can't count the other Batman sequels. You get one Batman, you're just like reskinning it at that point.
What about the Mortal Kombats? Those fall in that
category. Okay, those are good too. Sure,
Mortal
third
Kombat
best.
11 is really good. It's a really good game.
RoboCop.
Injustice, is it better than Injustice?
I mean, that's just Mortal Kombat with a different skin.
Injustice 2?
Same thing.
That's like a whole different.
It's just one game. All those Mortal Kombat games and Injustice games are all just one game.
Okay, so this is like the fifth best game.
It's the best one I played this year. Let's put it that way.
There you go.
It's the best Warner Brothers game that I played. Is it better than
Joust? Is it better than OG Joust? Because they own that now.
It is better than that. 100% better than that.
I find that hard to believe.
It's the best Warner Brothers game that's mired in controversy for really no reason. What makes it good, the combat is actually really fun. They made spell combat, third-person spell combat fun by doing combos like, you lift them up with a feather spell and then you light them on fire, and that's better. Or you light them on fire and then you slow them down with the time spell. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. You got to figure all that shit out. But it's good. I think we must be at the end of that soon. We've also been playing. Did we talk about Dead Cells Castlevania or not?
We talked about that you were thinking of buying it.
I bought it and it's really good.
I bought it as well.
It's so good.
It is really good.
It's got all the remixed music, which automatically gets you in the mood.
Yep.
And once that kicks in, you're good to go. It's just like cruise control, and it's fun. It's hard though.
It is fun and it is hard, and like, I don't know, it doesn't have the same hook for me as like Rogue Legacy does, because it's another roguelike game, right? So
right.
I don't feel like I get enough reward on like going through a run. Like I can just like go through a run and like get basically nothing. Like we can play for like 15 minutes and be like, well, guess I didn't get anything but some like orbs that run, and
right.
You have all this money and I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be spending the money on of any consequence.
Right.
But it's fun.
It looks really good.
It looks really good. It makes you want to go like, boy, I wish they'd make a Castlevania game like this.
Yes.
Did anyone else check out Mighty Doom yet for their phone?
No.
I guess it's the first Bethesda Microsoft mobile game with this year with the little Doom guy in it.
Okay, I love Doom guy. It's
got Doom guy in it, and it's like a
iconic.
You use like just your thumb to move the joystick around, and it auto shoots.
I usually used to move joysticks around, actually.
Yeah, and then that's it. You shoot things, and it's set up to be monetized. And it's a nickel.
I love monetization.
Yeah. It's all set up to be monetized, so
this has all the good things: joysticks, monetization.
I know it's okay. I was a little disappointed, so
I tend to stick to
real games,
Apple Arcade games for the most part on my phone. I don't. Yeah, I do play a word game called Not Words. Are you familiar with that one?
Which one?
Not Words. KNOTWORDS. It's like a crosswords game, but like a little bit like Sudoku as well. Like you don't get any hints for what you're trying to fill in, but it tells you like what letters could go in these possibilities.
Nice. I would check that out.
It's a good game. You can like ask for hints too, and then it gives you like a traditional crossword clue for that row or column that you're trying to get. It's a cool game. Not Words. Check it out.
Nice.
I have like a 60 or 70 day streak going.
I'm still playing Marvel Snap.
What's your streak in Marvel Snap?
I'm over level 3,500 now.
It doesn't track your streak though? Like how many days in a row?
No, I play it, I'm sure, every day.
That's why I know. That's why I want to hear the streak.
Yeah, it's got to be like well over 100 days. So
nice.
Yeah, I finished the tier 3 cards this week. I only have tier 4 and 5 to do, and those are much smaller. So, but those cards are much rarer. So, yeah. I have like 20 cards left to get.
One tear for me running down my cheek as I hear the story.
I know. It's, you know what? It's just, I still really like that game. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. You can poo-poo it all you want. I'm
snapping it up for you.
I like what I like, and you can't take that away from me.
Yes, I can.
You can, but why would you?
I wouldn't. Let's do a quick Whip Smart Spank Banky, and then we'll get into the CAG bag. This is for Alice Gear Aegis CS. This is one of the games that is being censored on PlayStation, but is uncensored on everyone's favorite platform for hentai and things of that nature, the Nintendo Switch. This is arena-style combat, and you earn money to unlock customizations for lots of characters, cute cutscenes, but it's not very lewd. And even though the game is uncensored on Switch, you cannot see the plumber crack on PlayStation. So, sorry. You want to move over to Nintendo for that. He says, I wanted to like this one because of the anime waifu mech girls, but it falls a bit short. Wait for a sale if the gameplay looks interesting to you. And he gives Alice Gear Aegis CS a 2 crusty socks out of 5 rating. Got it? You understand that scale, Wombat?
Mm-hmm.
Good. CAG bag time at the real
an odd number of socks.
5. Right. Well, you always lose one in the dryer anyway. It's always a random one. Or there's always one that you just keep bedside for these types of games.
Did I tell you about this at one point? Like, there's a company that sells an odd number of socks, and they don't quite match either.
Why?
I don't know, but it drives me crazy because my
what
wife
company is this?
I don't know.
Why would she do that to you? Why would she buy those?
She bought those for my daughter. And so, like, I'm the one that does all the laundry and everything.
She's so fucking your shit up right now. I'm
just like always stuck with like, I don't know, these like 3 socks kind of look similar.
Right.
Like, what am I going to do with these?
And now you're bending in to look into the dryer to see where that other sock is. All this extra work, and she just to save a few dollars. What is she doing? Has she looked downstairs?
I thought we paid more for 3 socks.
Yeah. See, it's not worth it.
I don't know.
Right. But tell her that you're rich. Tell her to look around downstairs. Dude, look at all this shit. We don't need to be buying odd number socks. You see this TV? It's bigger than our car.
Get the right number of socks.
Dude, every time I walk into a Best Buy, they always have these giant TVs in the boxes, like right when you walk in. And they're like 85-inch, 95-inch, and they're ridiculous. You just laugh as soon as you see the box. And then I just think that's nothing compared to shipwrecks.
Size of a small SUV.
Yes. Let's see. Wombat, this one's for you. Pay attention. Stop reading things. Stop checking your work email. This is from Jamal. He writes in, he says, just moved into a bigger house, and I now have space to move my comics out of the garage. Shipwreck and Wombat, how do you store your comics?
I don't have many paper comics anymore. The ones I have are in the basement, but there's not a lot.
How do you store them?
In a box in the basement. I
think he's looking for like a specific method or something. I think that's why he's Shipwreck is going to get a visual aid. Oh my God. Shipwreck is opening the top of these huge cabinets. He has a lot
of comics.
Oh my God. It looks just like a comic store, but more. But he has more. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all in here.
Yes, he has a lot.
So
right.
I have custom made cabinets. It's my route. It's like if you go the custom made cabinet route.
Right. I think he's just like
going that.
It sounds like he's just moving into a bigger house. Well, maybe he's not ready for that, or maybe he is. And by the way, show Mrs. Shipwreck those cabinets next time she's trying to buy 5 socks at a time. Say, look, remember this?
That looks heavy.
No. Shipwreck's just weak.
It's appropriately weighed. I think the waiters.
So is there comics in all 4 of those? Is all 4 of those comics?
They're all 4 comics, but on the front side, here, let me turn it around for you. 1 second.
Uh-oh, he's got to get back up. Wow, it's cool how the microphone actually goes there. You can do a whole nother show over there, Ship. Wait, what? The whole thing is on wheels or something? Oh my God, or it's on hinges?
They're all on wheels. So each of these is on wheels, and then
dude, this guy's like a wizard.
It's got drawers down here.
Holy shit.
So all my comics are down here in drawers.
Wish this guy would come here and do something for me.
And then, so they're all comics through all the bottom drawers, but there's 4 of these cabinets, and the far 2 cabinets there, the tops have vinyls in them. Vinyl records.
That shit's wild. Good job.
Those each cost more than my house.
Maybe not in Ohio money.
I guess. I don't know.
Do you have space in one of those cabinets for Wombat to move in?
I can't move into his house. He has cats.
No, move into the cabinet.
There's still cats.
Well, not in the cabinet.
I'd be dead in 3 days.
Cats don't hang out inside the cabinets. You'd be fine in there.
All right.
Did you answer okay, so custom cabinets, Jamal. That's the answer. Or box in the basement is the other answer. Mm-hmm. I have box in a cabinet.
The best of both worlds.
Yes. Okay, here's another one, Wombat. Pay attention. Wake up. I am not a twit. Also comic related question. He says he definitely wants to talk about, I don't even know what he's talking about.
I will explain.
Wombat. He wants to talk about Wombat's decision to go DC this year as opposed to not subbing for a comic service. I'm interested to hear if he's interested in reading the Silver Age stuff, since I hear it's going to be super serious to the point it's hilarious.
My Marvel Unlimited subscription ended, and I did not have it set to auto renew. Uh-huh. And I thought about renewing it, as I usually do and have for the last few years. But before I did that, I saw, I got an ad in my feed for DC Infinite for 40% off for a year subscription. So that. And having not read a DC comic in years because I've been subscribing to Marvel Unlimited and being so up to date on my Marvel stuff, I'm like, you know what? Let's give DC a shot for, if it could be the whole year. Maybe in 6 months, I'll be like, you know what? I want both. It doesn't matter. There's no rules. But I'm like, you know what? Let's give DC a shot for $44 for a year. I can read all this stuff I've missed in the last 3-4 years. And right now I'm very happy with that decision because there's some really good stuff that I've never read. So like the Batman Metal stuff and the Mr. Miracle stuff that people really like, the Human Target stuff, a lot of Suicide Squad stuff that I just never got around to reading. So
I like this for you.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. So
is everything black and gold?
Yeah, everything's black and gold. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all black and gold, just like more Midnight Suns. No, it's nice. And actually looking up the old goofy stuff is always fun. You know what? Some of that art in the 50s and 60s comics from DC, the Carmine Infantino art, is all pretty outstanding. So it's a good time.
Yes.
There you go.
Last question. This is from @Knights Eternal. He said, would you rather see a Switch 2 or something completely different from Nintendo?
I mean, they could call something else a Switch 2, couldn't they? I don't know. What does completely different mean?
I think he's saying, do you want to just see an upgraded Switch from Nintendo as their next piece of hardware, or do you want to see like some innovation?
I mean, I would assume a Switch 2 would be innovation.
Switch 2, but you can fuck it. Since it's got all the porn games already.
What makes the Switch 2 special?
It's got porn games.
Exactly. We don't know what the difference between a Switch 1 and a Switch 2 yet is. For me to answer that kind of a question, I guess. I don't know.
We did. You can fuck it.
Then yeah, I mean, I'm on board for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Nintendo's gonna Nintendo.
Right. They're gonna do something. It'll sell fine.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're not gonna do. I don't think they'll go too wild with their next one. Right.
No, this is working really well for them.
Pretty well.
They're making a lot of money with this current console.
The only misstep they had recently was the Wii U, and it was simply because they wanted to get to the Switch, and the hardware wasn't there yet. Right?
Yeah.
Like they had the right vision.
Yep.
Just the wrong execution.
Yeah, they were close.
It just wasn't ready. They were close. Like they were close to having it. Yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know what you would want out of the Switch 2 other than like it's starting to show its age.
I would rather have
I
would rather have a better portable system from Nintendo than anything else. I know the Switch is technically portable, but it also is still kind of bulky and fragile. It's not as pocket friendly as a DS was. Like I don't know. I think I would
pretty close. Not quite as pocket friendly, right? But
yeah. Like the DS, that thing folded up.
iPhones, then though, like,
is it though? Because those DS games are still better than I've played DS games that are better than anything I've ever played on an iPhone. Still.
Controls wise.
And game wise, the Super Mario games and the Legend of Zelda games and even Mario Golf is better than most things I've played on an iPhone. So
there's plenty of good games on iPhone. I mean,
I never said there weren't. I'm just saying that the DS games still hold up, and those are like 10 years old at this point. I think there's room in the world for another Nintendo handheld that's like a true handheld.
I just don't think it makes sense for them to do that at this point, because then you split your development teams and
that's the problem.
So I don't know. I mean, you look at the Steam Deck and what that's doing, and you think if Nintendo goes like in that realm but with Nintendo stuff, it makes a whole lot of sense, right? Like the volume's going to be so much greater for Nintendo, so they can get the cost down a little bit more than what Steam Deck has. And if they put it out in another year or two, the cost will be down naturally, and then you've got all the Nintendo stuff on there. So I don't know, seems like a natural progression to me. I hope they stick with where you can hook it up to your TV. I think they will, because I think they've got value there still.
They don't want to make two consoles, I don't think.
I don't think it makes sense to them at this point. It just stretches too thin for what they are able to accomplish.
What about a much smaller Switch? Do you think we're at the point now where the
Switch Mini?
A Switch Mini.
You might see it. Might be a limited run type of thing.
Like a really small Switch, a pocket-friendly Switch.
Maybe.
All right. I think that's it.
Okay.
I think we got to go to bed.
I think so too. It's getting late.
Mr. Shipwreck has been exercising so much with his fucking Apple Watch that it's been motivating me to actually go to the gym more. Like every day I get like, Gretchen finished the elliptical machine. Gretchen finished the rowing workout. Gretchen finished the outdoor walk. Gretchen did this, did that. Like 3 in a day, 4 in a day. I'm like, shit. Just sitting here on my ass. Gotta get out there. All right. I think that's it. We will see you guys next time.
Bread's done.